Oh my goodness. I was just taking it all in. I'm trying to see my energy. Because I woke up, not like awake, but I was of sun level. But I was definitely in the in-between stage. Today is October 14th. And I decided to focus on, I was like, what can I focus that will help raise my energy, that will put me in alignment, that will, oh, I can see a little birdie. Little birdie. Oh, little birdie. What can I do at this moment, just chilling in bed? I wasn't ready to wake up yet. That will still, make a difference, a positive difference in everything, and keep me in this high vibration that I'm in, that I've been cultivating and stuff, which is my new normal, right? And so I come on here just to see my aura, because I can't see it out here. There's nothing yellow. I only see it when I look in the thing, and I don't have a filter on my phone. There's no reason. I don't do that. I mean, you guys should know me enough and looking at my videos that I just come on as I am. I don't spend a lot of time readjusting this or that, or whatever, to look better or anything. If I do rub anything on my face, it's because like my eyes are teared up or weepy or whatever, and or I have an itch or something. But it's not like when you're watching an influencer who clearly is like doing their thing, and then they get caught up in their looks, and then they're like making themselves all pretty, which to me is always a distraction, right? It's like, are you here to give me a message or to look good? Which is it? That's just the way I am. So I really like it when I come across influencers, not necessarily influencers, but those in the know, because an influencer could not be in the know and trying to influence you down the wrong way, down the wrong path. But somebody who's out sharing their info for the good, for positivity, and for all of our mutual growth. I really am attracted to those that just get on and just speak from the heart, as opposed, you can really see my energy. You can see it wiggling and moving. I love that. I love pointing it out because I know that when y'all are getting caught up and watching a bunch of videos from other people, you may not be used to looking at the surrounding and taking in the surrounding. And, I wasn't, until I had to make it a point of doing so. And then that's how I could start reading more into what was going on around me, what was going on in front of me and stuff. You gotta take it all in, not just the person that's speaking, but everything around them and stuff. Except for me and mine, I mean, I got this little toy, here, but I have, this energy and stuff. Yesterday when I was doing my videos, which I haven't posted yet, my energy was so thick that my fingers just right here, I mean, you can kind of see it. They kind of get a little blurry, not so defined and stuff. But yesterday, there was like a definite ball of energy. I got it on video. I'll post it later. Anyway, that's when I came up with my pixels are pixelating. And then I posted that just by itself with no back reference to it. But basically, what I figured out is I'm trying to figure out the smallest level and paint that picture of how I see it. And I think it's ether that we start out with, which is like the smallest, um micro I don't know, cell or particle. And then and then there's divine substance, which is a bit bigger, or maybe it could be flipped. I don't know. Maybe it's divine substance that's the smallest and then ether is a little bit bigger. But in any event, I'll just go with ether is the smallest, divine substance is next, because it's the divine substance that turns then into a particle or a pixel, right? And then once it turns into a particle or a pixel, then it becomes an image where we can see it, where we can radiate it. And then from there, the longer that we hold that image and the more energy that we feed it, and the more love and the more desire and the more allowing that we allow this to then come down through and through our being, to then be pushed out into the front of us so that we're moving towards it, right? Without getting lost and hanging out in the future, but staying in the now. But just know that this is coming through. You can see, look, there it is right there. You can see it coming down and through your heart space, and then out from you and pushed out in front of you. Then it goes from a pixelated vision that you can see into a small pixel of matter, and then it starts just like combining and getting bigger. And it kind of reminds me, the reason I say pixels is because it reminds me of that movie of being pixelated. So that's how things are developed or things are taken away and stuff. That's just the way I see it and stuff. So yeah, yesterday I could see this big, huge, divine ball of energy. And to me, what flashed in my head was like, it was ready to be released, but it wasn't released yet. It was like everything was like I was gassing it and gassing it and gassing it and like revving the engines and really getting it, because I was putting a lot of energy into it. And then at midnight on the 14th, I had set it so that it would be pushed out and, let go, let loose, so that it can start pixelating, turning into actual matter. The cool thing is it just doesn't just go out there in front of me wherever, but there's a trail left from me to it, so that I will find it as I'm nudged and moved, and then I will experience it. However, what I'm creating and what is being pixelated for my my enjoyment, for my involvement, for my experience, and for my for my growth, I guess. Yeah, kind of got lost there. I love, love, love. See, look at that. That is interesting. You can see the light. I don't know why, but there's a light change, and it doesn't make any sense. Why? Because I don't have like a shit ton of light streaming in here, but clearly I'm able to affect it. I'm able to make, there's something. Can't quite put it into words because it's not something, oh, that was my speaker, because we just haven't really been taught this, right? So I'm getting these little bits of thought and answers, and having to trust what comes out, and my interpretation of what I see. Oh, confirmation, yeah, that's a release. That's a release of letting something go and letting something sink in, like a truth sinks in. That's what I find for myself. A yawn is, yep, that's a truth. It's sinking in. It's taking root. It's integrating. Look at that. You can really see. Boop, 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 boop. And then of course the coughs, the farts, the burps, the noises are confirmation. Yeah. Yawn is truth settling, integrating, becoming one with me. Anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying your own personal journeys and you're doing the work and everything like that. So much is happening. So much is going to happen. This is a big week. We're leading up to something big. I just posted on my Facebook page a video I came across where it speaks about the 4D or the 3D and, the bifurcating, which is in alignment with where I am anyway. So it's just a external validation, and then I don't seek it for validation. I seek it for information. Like, okay, I already know this is coming. This is what I feel, and I may not actually verbalize it or mentalize it exactly as that, but there is a definite knowing, and then the right info comes into my visual field information. Truth, that lets me know, yeah, you're right on. And then now that you're aware of that, here's what else you can expect, and then it's up to me whether I want to accept it or not, because ultimately this being a game, I can say, no, I don't, that's not what I believe, whatever, and then accept it or not, or tweak it to my liking, tweak it to, word it so that it sits well with me. You always have that right, because you're the God of your world. You don't have to take somebody else's word in everything. You have ultimate say. So, I guess it's time I tell you this. Basically, since you are the director of your own personal movie, of your life, of your world, and you're the main character, and you're the actor, and the writer, and the producer, you're basically the one who's getting all these scripts every day, all fucking day, and it's up to you whether you're like, yeah, we'll allow this in, or no, this is not happening, and stuff like that. And so that's how I play the game. So when I hear something or feel something or that's a big truth coming up. I feel like somebody's trying to write in some negativity or write in a deviation or whatever. I'm like, no, that's no, don't, no, that's not gonna happen. And I just like, no, and I shut that shit down and stuff. Because you'll know within the first, like immediately, you'll be able to feel right into it. And you'll be able to feel all the way into it without hearing the whole message. You'll be able to feel all the way into it, whether it's for you or not. Vibration don't lie. Vibration is the most complete and purest form of communication, frequency and vibration, resonance and stuff. Just, how it feels within. And if it don't feel right, you don't have to listen to the whole message to get, to go, no, that doesn't, why listen to the whole message if it doesn't feel right and stuff. So earlier today, before I got quiet and set my intention and everything, which I posted about earlier, I was drifting in that in-between state, and someone from my past came up, and, I'll just drift along and see where this is going and stuff. And it appears as though that I'm unaware, or that whoever has tapped in, they'll have this false feeling that I'm unaware that they're there, and they shouldn't be. And when actually I'm just in observation and seeing where we're going. And of course, this person that popped in from my past, why this person popped in from my past, I don't know. They were the lousiest fucking lay ever had. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get real. It was so bad, and I dated him for 3 fucking years. It was so bad that I would not even roll over for him. He would come up, he would get in bed, and he would rub up on me, on my glute or on my hip, and I wouldn't, because it was pointless for me. Pointless. Because just when I'm getting started, then he's just now ending. So what the fuck, man? Why I stayed for 3 years? I was in my 20s. I was just in my 20s. And, that was a dead giveaway who it was, right? And I told people back then he was a shit lay anyway. But yeah, he would rub up against me to get himself off, because he was brought up that, jerking it himself was a bad thing. I'm like, no, you need to do that, because that's how you're going to gain stamina, and that's how you're going to gain your own self-control and get to know yourself, is by jerking it. But whatevers. So he used to use me as a rub-in post, and I would just be like, don't forget to clean that up. And I would go back to sleep. Oh, shit. That's fucking funny. There is lots of laughter. Seriously. In the world of the game, this has got everybody like laughing. You know that Joe Rogan thing that meme that they always show, like when he's sitting at the side of the ring and stuff, and he's like, whoa, and he's like put his hands back and he's watching, like some serious takedown, and like super, like I feel that when I do shit like this, when it's fucking hilarious, and like people, because I can see it from multiple multiple points of view, from multiple dimensions and stuff. I know that this game, this quote unquote reality, it's not necessarily just a game. It is a game, but it's also a movie. It's also a TV program. It's also 3D. It's also in the imagination. It's also like an ESPN sporting event. It's of watching, gaming and stuff. It's all that in one. Whatever your personal preferences and how to interact and stuff, that's how this is. So it's like, seriously, a multimedia event daily, whether you're aware or not. Just letting you know. That's how I see it. So when I say these things, I can see, I can hear, I can feel all the visual laughter and everything. But I'm not doing it to embarrass anybody. I'm speaking the fucking truth. Yeah. So anyway, that person showed up in my awareness, in my in-between state, and was trying to do like some kind of sexual whatever with me. And I'm like, what the fuck? No. You sucked back then, and I'm not interested now. Because it makes no sense. He's not been on my thoughts from back then. It's been over, 30 years? 33 years. Ooh, because I'm 53. So, that's telling. Interesting. Wow, that gave me chills. Because that's a definite message for myself. Something to check into. Ooh, that does speak something to me. But why was he chosen? Was it him tapping into me? I believe so. As opposed to me or spirit or the universe bringing him in to pull up something to me. No, that's not it. It was him trying to tap in, trying to rewrite something. I'm like, no fucking way. No. Nope. Nope. Look at that. See it? You can see something right there. Boom. Right there. So yeah, that shit cracks me up. Anyway, I gotta figure out what I want to go do today. I've been spending a lot of time in my mode of meditation and everything, and yeah, I'll just go live in the now for a little bit, and then get back to being, my normal focus on being in the now. And then, because I enjoy, that brings me joy. That brings me so much joy. Anyway, I hope you had a good laugh. I did. Thanks for showing up and playing with me in my now. Thanks for sharing a laugh with me. Love ya. Bye.